Hello, everybody. Good evening. How are y'all doing? I'm Bobby Munson. Going to be doing some late night gaming with you guys. Going to give you a couple moments to get into this thing before I start heading back out on my journey afar with my level 32 hardcore barbarian. Yeah, that's what's up. I got a level 32 hardcore barbarian that I've been taking extra care of, making sure that this one doesn't die on me. Been doing good, so hopefully I don't screw it up here with you guys on screen tonight. Hoping for the best that we can continue this journey of leveling up so that I can eventually venture further and conquer the shit out of this game here. It's going to be fun. Got my whiskey. Let me know as you're all hopping on in. As I see my good buddy, Mr. Basser. What's up, bro? How you doing this evening? What are you drinking or smoking, or what you dipping into on a Friday night at the old Bass Cave? If anybody is tuning in right now, my good boy Bastard there does some streaming over on his Twitch channel. Make sure that you're going over and following or subbing to him over on follows on Twitch. Just cleaning the pool, my boy. Get that pool all nice and clean. It's hot as hell out lately, so yes. And then we got Chris Best coming in. My man, Chris, how's it going? Go from watching Tom call you to this. Life is good tonight, man. I pray I don't fuck things up here. Level 32 hardcore barbarian. Last thing I need is to all of a sudden have some sort of glitch in the game really fuck this thing up for me. I've been trying to be so careful at the moment. Turn this guy into a real badass. All right. It is always a mess right around this corner. These fights are getting tougher. Another one behind me. Take it. Oh, it's going to get nasty. Yeah, you like that? Like getting kicked in the face? Oh, I love that kick move. It's fun. Hi, kitty. Oh, I know there's going to be skeletons that spawn that way if I go too far to that side. Done this once or twice. Yeah, how you guys like being frozen? Take it. Oh, I got bloodlust now. I just got to kill those innocent animals. Ouch. Oh. Chris saying, watch SmackDown tonight. It was a bit of a miss tonight, which is rare for WWE these days. What went down on SmackDown? I honestly I don't watch the weekly shows anymore at all. I'll watch premium live events, but I'm really not into watching the weekly stuff unless like I'll go watch matches I want to see. That's about it. I can't sit down for 2 to 3 hours on some of these. I will for MLW. That's a whole different story, but WWE, AEW both, like I'll tune into what I want to watch and then I'll watch the pay-per-views and premium live events. All right, got some health back. Remember, anybody who was joining in, make sure to keep that chat nice and active. Whatever, we might be playing games, but we're just chilling, having a good time on a Friday night. I've got my whiskey. Let me know what you guys are drinking, sipping on tonight. How are you enjoying your Fridays? What do you got planned for this weekend? Actually, I say whiskey. It's actually wild turkey, so it's more of a bourbon. But it's absolutely delicious. It was Papa Smokes that got me into the wild turkey. We used to go over to his place to record the commentary before the days of doing it virtually, or remotely, I should say. And every time we go over, it was like there was always a beer and a shot of wild turkey before we get started on our commentary. You could really tell there was some nights on our commentary where we probably should have just not done as much as we did, because we'd end up having a few too many drinks. We'd end up, going outside for a hoot or two, and then all of a sudden you'd be sitting there for a good 3 minutes while a match is on, not saying a damn word. And then, oh shit, we're supposed to be calling this, aren't we? Chris saying the only thing kind of notable was the promo between Jay and Roman at the start of the show, and Jay versus Grace Waller, as well as Santos Escobar versus Ray, only because Ray might have gone a little. Yeah, I heard something about that already, actually, with the injury. And seeing as I'm not distracted at the moment with the game, Parrish, brother, how's it going tonight?
Not too bad. How are you?
Doing good, having some fun, playing some games. I thought you were looking to hang out, so I figured why don't you come hop in here at least anyway, and maybe when Jim comes home, he can hop in here or whatever he wants to do.
We'll just have a hangout.
Yeah, a hangout while I get to stream some games. Love it.
And if Jim's on, it might be the first time he's ever on an OLE screen.
It would be the first official time, yes.
We'd be popping a cherry. We'd be busting his cherry.
Oh, man. I was dying laughing because I'm making the short clips, and I'm doing the one of the boar's nest from yesterday. And the best part about what happens sometimes is the guys are like reacting to the game, but if you just don't pay attention to the fact that they're gaming and take it completely out of context, some of the stuff that gets said just sounds hilarious. And there is one short that is a perfect example of that from last night's show.
And it's like anytime you and I just hang out or say anything, even if you're paying attention to us, you can still take it out of context.
Oh, but that's because most of the time we mean it to be taken out of context.
Hey, if you don't appreciate a good double entendre, then you're just not having enough fun.
Yeah, 4 out of 5 potions. Okay, we're still good. Oh, there's the 5th. Yeah, eat it, motherfucker.
Maybe he's not
shit,
hungry.
Shit. Kitty, you're like my bad luck charm. I always die when you're sitting around here. Oh, took them out. What the fuck did I pick up? Night Star. Minus 56 armor. No thanks. But that's worth a pretty penny at the old market. Oh, shit. So, how was work today, Parrish?
It was not as bad as it could be. So that's good.
It usually helps when you know it's a Friday, and that's the longest distance you have between the next day of work, usually.
Well, without going into detail, because I could get fired if I do. No, let's just say there's some situational differences that were done that made it a little bit better. Plus, normally Fridays tend not to be as busy as other days, so everything kind of just fell into the right position and place today, so it was nice. And let's face it, there's just days where it's just like, you know what, I'm not really motivated. My back has been just killing me. I'm just going to give you a good solid 80% today all the way through, and nothing more, nothing less.
You're starting to get old man pains now, aren't you?
No,
Like-
the back pain's pretty much why I had to walk away. The back pain was getting pretty bad.
It happens.
Oh.
Actually, I used to have really bad back pain before. Like, I don't so much now, but I guess more so when I lost my weight, it kind of helped. But a lot of like doing yoga helped too.
Well, one of the main things I started doing was just changing the posture of when I sleep. That does such a gigantic difference. But it's also just giving my body opportunities to rest and recharge, which I never did a lot of in the past.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Chris, you mentioned everything about SmackDown tonight, and I didn't hear anything about LA Knight. Should I be surprised, or did they just once again not really do anything with the guy?
They're gonna do something with them. People need to be patient.
Yeah, I hear this a lot, and I've also seen what they do when they decide to do that and then fuck it all up.
But also, like, this always comes in between. It happened right before WrestleMania, and it's happening right before SummerSlam. They already penciled in what they really want to do months and months before. So if anything pops in, it's really hard for them to go. From what I'm understanding and hearing, you can be expected of not only a promo by LA Knight at SummerSlam, but potentially one that turns into a match, which means it's a moment that's going to happen.
If he's cutting a promo and Bray Wyatt interrupts, I'm out. Just done.
No, I don't think Bray Wyatt and LA Knight will be connected at SummerSlam.
Please, God, no.
I have a feeling it's going to center around Austin Theory and the U.S. title.
I don't know. I still have my doubts that they're going to do right by LA Knight, but we'll see. We'll see.
Hey, if there's rumors going out there that Vince McMahon is becoming a massive fan of the guy, that's a huge message that they do have long-term plans with this guy.
Yeah, but I'm sure Vince McMahon's one of those guys who likes Vaseline on toast.
But this is also the same guy that didn't see anything in LA Knight in NXT, changed his name to Max Dupree. So if he is seeing how important this guy is, seeing the numbers of the merchandise sale, because he's what? He has like 2 or 3 of the top 10 t-shirts in the company right now on their merch sales. He's getting amazing responses. Like, consistency with this like goes a long way, and there will be something. We just live in a world where everybody needs it right away, right now, and like if it doesn't happen right now, it's wasted time.
Yeah, but I get where you're coming from.
Strike while the iron's hot. I understand that, but also when we saw this with the yes movement, the more you make people want it, the bigger it will become if you slow burn it.
But they also didn't job DX out to every fucking opponent in the ring. And that's the problem I have with the LA Knight situation, is because they're treating it like they do a lot of things that get hot in the company. Let's have them get beat a bunch. No, why don't you turn this guy into somebody who starts winning matches so people continue to be a believer in him, so that when you feel that the time is finally right to pull the trigger on a title, if you shall. I'm not saying you need a championship. You don't have to pull the trigger by pulling a championship on him. Pull the trigger by making him a winner, because this is a star that you have on your hand that you weren't expecting. You didn't push them yourself. That's fine, but you can at least make them a top person.
No, but if you give him a moment at your second biggest PLE of the year of value, that's a pretty big deal too. because moments are exactly what this business is about. So if by chance he has a big moment at SummerSlam and something that you're talking about coming out of this PLE, I would consider that a win. I don't understand how you can see that otherwise. No, I'm reading an article revisiting a trade that was done 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And it was the Oilers and the Hurricanes. It was Warren Foegele for Ethan Bear. And they're like, is this still success? I'm like, well, Ethan Bear is UFA well into the end of July, so almost a month into free agency, while Warren Foegele is somebody his team has gone on record to bat to make sure the team is keeping for what is hopeful in a win now situation and for the run of a team that is a favorite to go far. I would say 2 years later, it's a win. But let's throw that comment back up because.
But yeah, I see Chris's comments there about LA Knight dominating Ashanti and then being announced for a battle royal that's on a pre-show. But like, I'm cool that they're putting something on the pre-show. Like, I mean, for once, that's a good sign. It just that's all you got for a guy who's selling the most merch right now. Like, hopefully he gets a moment, but you know what? I really wish that he just had a solid match on there that he won, that people could get behind. Like, nothing says moment like winning a match on a card like that.
Let's also remember some of the moments that came out of last year's SummerSlam that nobody expected. Like, we saw Damage Control at its birth. That nobody thought Io Shirai was staying with the company. She resigns. Yes, people like lost their shit because it's now Io Sky, not Io Shirai. Gotta flip a fucking burger every time a goddamn name change happens. Yes, I don't know why I said flip a burger and then swore later at something else, but yeah, it happened. But we also saw what probably one of the coolest things that happened with Roman Reigns and Lesnar. I'm pretty sure that was the thing.
Oh yeah, with the ring lift or whatever, yeah.
And how about that Mike Little toss and catch by Roman Reigns that everybody went under, like, just vision at the PLE, but it's now a thing on the. Like, what a fucking catch by Roman Reigns on that mic. Just picture perfect. But
yeah, that was a battle.
But I would say SummerSlam last year was pretty effing good.
I didn't mind SummerSlam last year.
And there was a lot of things that people didn't think were going to happen. And it did. So I think it's just time to, before we, and I'm not saying this because I know you have hesitations. I'm just saying this in a general speaking thing. Before we just assume the worst, let's just breathe and enjoy the product and then say, hey, maybe we didn't like this. Maybe we loved it.
Oh, like, I mean, don't get me wrong. If they do the right thing and it goes correctly, then all the power to them. And I'll be the first to say, yeah, I was wrong. And I'm all, you know me, I'm about a slow burn. I find sometimes when they have these opportunities, unprecedented opportunities presented to them, most history would tell you that you strike when the iron's hot when you've got something that's popular like that. And they have that opposite idea that it's better to, let's see if we can get this to unbury itself when we dump a whole bunch of shit on top of it and see how that pans out. And sometimes, yeah, it pans out and people make it through. And I'm not saying LA Knight can't. I'm just saying it really sucks that it comes down to that mentality sometimes when you could probably find something a little bit more high caliber that you could be booking and presenting. Like, hey, going into SummerSlam, the hottest professional wrestler in the company today, LA Knight, yeah, is going to be taking on, and you give him a high caliber opponent for the card, and it helps to sell the show as well too. Just, I mean, and that's a personal opinion. I don't expect everyone to agree with me, and that's fine. It's pro wrestling. That's what it's all about. But it's just the way I personally perceive it.
Yeah, but I'll even go say this too, because I think it goes to kind of both are what we want. But again, like SummerSlam is probably a PLE that this company had penciled in. Okay, these are what we want our main things to be about 4 to 5 months earlier, or really maybe right after WrestleMania. They kind of have, these are what our plans are to be. Therefore, they pencil in what their top guys are going to be doing around this time, which then kind of doesn't allow somebody emerging like an LA Knight to have somebody credible, because those guys are usually penciled in elsewhere, because within that time frame it's going to be difficult. And to further that point, had there been a change or an injury or something like that, I'm sure, okay, that opens the door for LA Knight. But when everything goes according to plan, which kind of did this year, which is really rare when you think about it, something always pops up. It just puts it in a place to not necessarily work out the way for LA Knight, but it's going to be one of those things. And I have an opinion that because of the dud on the Raw after WrestleMania this year, heavy criticized show, I wonder if the Raw after SummerSlam is going to be a big one.
Wouldn't hold your breath.
Have you been watching Raw lately? It's been pretty freaking good.
Oh, I'm that's not me saying it in a negative context. I just wouldn't hold your breath that it's going to be like what everybody's expectation levels are for the Mania after, or Raw after WrestleMania. I think people have built up this like such high standard of what it should be now that when they don't deliver on that, immediately it's considered a flop, because there's so much expectation that comes about from it. And I think that it's in some ways unfair and unrealistic expectations.
Oh yeah. And then it also goes the complete other way, because how many times have you thought going in a show is going to be the absolute drizzling? You know what? You watch it, and then all of a sudden it just ends up being amazing, because you went the complete opposite and set the bar so low that all it could do was exceed your expectation. So I don't know, like, to me, I think that's the whole thing here. It's how high or low are you setting the bar and the expectation on either the show, a superstar, or a situation. Because if you put it high and it doesn't meet that, or it doesn't meet what you think, you're going to have a devalued opinion on how the situation ends up being. And then if by chance you had it low and whatnot, you're going to speak a little highly and value it a little bit more.
And I see Chris saying, as Dave Meltzer says, plans changed. Yeah, and I mean, don't get me wrong, Chris. Like, I know. I mean, you know, we had all sorts of interesting plans over at Prairie Pro Wrestling when it came to our championship and everything like that. And a little Bud Light 19 worldwide medical issue came along and basically crushed a lot of those plans in a heartbeat.
Chris Best also said there's speculation that the Battle Royal has U.S. title implications, because we've already I don't know if it's been officially announced, but it's heavily rumored, heavily expected that the winner of that Ray and Santos Escobar match, which I have not watched SmackDown yet, Chris Best, you can say who won. It doesn't bother me none, because honestly, I think both members in that match are absolutely unreal and deserve an opportunity, even if one of them is Ray and maybe people want to see a change. I think Ray is potentially making a name to be on the Mount Rushmore for professional wrestling. But I think the match with that winner and Austin Theory for the U.S. title was going to be on a SmackDown, not SummerSlam. Therefore, would open up that U.S. title. And now, I will share your sentiment. Is that the best route for LA Knight and the U.S. title if that's the go there? I don't think so. I'd rather just see a big, heavily rumored match where there's leads, there's, drama. There's that one-on-one build. Sure. I'll throw the olive branch and admit that. But in the world of WWE, moments are the golden ticket. And if by chance Austin Theory and LA Knight for the US title ends up being a moment on, again, WWE's second biggest PLE, chalk that up to a win.
I assure you I'm not ignoring you. This is just a dangerous fight right now.
You have said before that when you fight, you do not pay attention to the chat all the time. So I talk to give content to the viewers and the people listening as well.
Look at this. A couple of fucking saviors came in to help me out.
What do we have over here? A couple of saviors? A couple of saviors?
A couple of allies, that's for damn sure. Well, I don't know who you are, friends, but thank you very much for the assistance. No. I will let you guys take what you want out of that because you guys did all the hard work. You leave me the rest, and I'll clean up after that.
If you have an ally that identifies as both gender, would it be considered an alibi?
You can't be saying that shit, dude. I apologize, people.
That's not wrong. That's just clever pun work.
Oh, what do I want to equip this thing with? Yeah, we'll diamond that shit up. Here's a diamond cutter upside down.
That's part one. Due to Ray getting hurt, and it's going to be on next week's SmackDown. Yeah. I wonder too if Ray getting hurt was actually more part of the storyline, because I have been online and on the socials, and I've heard it. I have not heard anything about Ray being legit hurt. So I'm wondering if it is just meant to be a storyline.
Oh, shit.
Also, did you by chance see the hashtag Ask Dom where he was asked if he was going to reconcile with his father? And he says, unfortunately, it would be very hard as he is no longer with us, and he's talking about Eddie.
Well, yeah, you roll right in there, R.I.P. Eddie.
Yeah. So,
that was cold. I believe Astrid posted that in the Slack chat today, too, if I'm not mistaken.
It was either Astrid or Ed. They're very on top of that in our chat. I don't know if I would say it's cold, but since it came from Dom, I would say it's definitely dirty.
Woo. Just in the nick of time. That deserves a drink. All right, we're like halfway getting towards level 33. This is going to be a long, slow grind.
That's what she said. I love how that is a joke that will never go kind of like. It gets annoying, yes. But doesn't really go out of style because the implication's always kind of funny and always makes people chuckle.
It's
Not everyone.
It's one of those ones that's funny until it's not, and then it gets awkward, and then all of a sudden it kind of becomes funny again after a while because it became so awkward that it makes you chuckle. You know, something like that.
But it's also one where people appreciate the creativity when it's done at times too. Like there are very easy ones where you're just like, ha ha ha, yeah. We expected that. But then when it's creative, that's when it's funny.
I clipped that fucking thing from last night that you stumped me on.
Oh, that was too good. That was so good on so many levels.
It made for a good clip.
It's not very easy, by the way, to get you to be that shook.
It was. It put me off kilter. I'll give you that one. It really did.
Not to mention, I did not expect you to read the whole thing, but the fact that like I know sometimes I can get you to read like 50%.
And that's what it was. Because I got to like hand and I'm like, motherfucker.
I don't remember where I heard that joke. I remember that it was with Facebook memories and stuff like that. It was like, oh, like 10 years ago you posted this, and I was like, oh, that's funny. So I sent it to somebody at work and they laughed. So I was like, okay, clearly, it still has a good reward at the end. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna try to get Bobby. Oh, that's where it's on. It's on that one as well. Okay, gotcha.
Whew, that was a close one. Good thing I can just keep going back to town and fucking healing. So anybody tuning in, whether you're watching on replay or whether you're watching live, thanks for tuning in, whether it's on OLE or over on my personal channel, that is Video Bro Bobby Munson. If you could go ahead and take a moment to give a follow on Twitch or a subscribe on YouTube, it'd be great. You can get yourself a spin of the money spinner here tonight as we're drinking, having fun on stream, watching me hope to hell like I don't fuck this character up like I did all the 600 ones prior to him. Already had a couple close calls this evening. Oh, I can take on bats. Come here, bats.
All right. I think everything's going now.
What's that?
Oh, I'm just getting everything set up. On my. Okay, what are you doing here? No, that guy. There we go. Or no. Whoops. That guy. Okay. think everything is finally set up. Now, if everybody wants to help out our local establishment, beat out a video bro Bobby Munson on Twitch, our local establishment is sitting at a good 216 on the subscribers, while Bobby Munson is sitting at a 218. So,
two more to tie and keep her going.
In fact, let's just bump them both up.
You could do that too. I have no issue with it.
But neck and neck, though. It's a race, people.
Remember also, if you're joining in for the very first time, you're free to network up in here, get to know people, get to find out what they do, and maybe you find somebody else you want to hang out with and stream with when they're online as well, too. We're all about that support, so reach out to one another, follow for follows. They're all welcome up in here.
And if by chance you have somebody that is in good content that you would like to help support and you would like us to raid, whether it's Twitch or the YouTube, let us know. Although I will tell you that we're not really up there on the rating on YouTube side yet. We're smart. We're just not that smart. But the Twitch side we can do. So feel free to give out recommendations.
I don't know if we're allowed to raid out on YouTube because we're not at 1,000 subscribers yet, but we can accept raids on YouTube.
Okay, people, this is where you're coming in handy. We got to get to 1,000 subscribers on the YouTube, so make sure you hit that thumbs up. You hit that notification bell. You subscribe so we can get that ability. All right? It's just like a video game. We got to lock it. We got to unlock that ability to go forward.
We need to level up, folks.
Yeah.
Not like a WWE program too. Level up, is that like
NXT? That's the end. Yeah, it's like the NXT that's like
junior.
That's like the developmental to the developmental.
Wow.
You know what? You gotta love the fact that there is a stepping stone in there. That is when you have a lot of people and you're actually organized and you just don't have a sporadic roster. Tony Khan.
Hey, at least Tony Khan's got those top class agents like Freshly Squeezed Moron.
You know what? To be fair, he might be very smart in the business, and a lot. I found like there's a lot of guys who may not be your favorites to watch from a performing standpoint, but add a lot backstage.
I'll give the guy credit. He persisted with his wrestling for so long and then finally convinced a billionaire to hire him, put him on TV, did the minimal he ever had to do, and now he has a cushy backstage role if he wants to keep it. So hats off to him on the business side. I just don't like his work. That's just me.
Yeah, that's fair. Hey, I don't like Dana Brooke, but she still was on WrestleMania and I'm not, so.
Yeah.
Guess I got to get fake tits and lose all my talent too. Actually, I'm more mad that Snooki's on a WrestleMania, to be quite honest.
Hold on. Oh, fuck. I shouldn't have gone there. Just go back to town, Bobby. Go back to town. This is how we die. There we go. Going back to town now. Whew. Chris buying a new capture card. Love it, sir. By Monday. So if that happens, I'll be going back to streaming. Beautiful. Talking to people in your online social circles about us. Fantastic, brother. Really always appreciate it. Appreciate the work you're putting in as well, too. I just finished getting through Turnbuckle Talk with some of the clips as well, and you guys are doing some great stuff over there, some great opinion pieces there from Tuesday night as well, and you're doing great as the co-host there, really fitting into that role and rocking her on Monday night here for our local establishment, man. So kudos to you and all the work you do, and everybody make sure you're following along with our good friend Chris Best for when he does start streaming. We want to also get him up to the point of being able to get to one day making money, just like we all want to do.
Also, I'm going to just drop it here now. I know I told people last Sunday that I will let people know this Sunday, and I still will. But as of SummerSlam, at the Chris Parrish on Twitch, will not be streaming or doing a live watch along for SummerSlam.
Oh, okay. I tend to shut out that snooky match. Yeah, I think a lot do.
I mean, okay. I will say this, and this is probably going to be very, it's celebrities in wrestling, all right? Just enough. Like, people can be on one side or the other. It is what it is. With WWE, I 100% get it. Any other company, not at all, because you need to get bigger in a different way. WWE, you're global. Clearly, it benefits you. I find outside of WWE, those companies just don't know what they're doing. Anyway, with WWE, I completely get it because their track record with celebrities in the ring really is not that bad. Let's face it, Stephen Amell, check mark. Logan Paul, check mark. And here's the thing about Logan Paul. He has the respect of the people in the locker room to go with it. He's earned it. If you've listened to After the Bell that came out today, Chad Gable gave him that kudos of respect in the ring and the hard work. That's a pretty important guy, I find, because he is well liked by everyone. He is well respected by everyone. And that he knows how to be good in the ring. And he has cut his teeth and worked his ass off to get to the position he is. So if he's earned that guy's respect, if he's earned Seth Rollins' respect, if he's earned Vince McMahon's respect, Triple H's respect, who the hell are we to say he's bad?
I never did with Logan Paul. At least he respects it.
No.
Here's the difference. Logan Paul looks like a fucking athlete, man. Like, he looks like somebody who is supposed to be in there in the first place. He doesn't look like a celebrity that's been shown how to take a couple of bumps to get through a celebrity style match. Logan Paul looks like a celebrity or an athletic guy who happened to be a celebrity that turned that into something to do with mixed martial arts and professional wrestling. And he gets it. He gets the performance side of it, but he also bothered to learn and care about the wrestling side of it too, which is why he earns that respect. And to me, always had that from me, because that's the one thing I say, show it some respect and don't make it look silly.
Yeah. And Bad Bunny did the exact same thing.
I just wish Bad Bunny hadn't done the Canadian Destroyer. That bugged me a little bit when he did that. But other than that, he did good.
You know what? It was an idea, and you can hate him for doing it, but then you have to hate everybody else for going with it.
Oh, I do. I totally hate everybody that does it or goes with it. I fucking hate the Canadian Destroyer, period. Holy shit, it's Kill Kevin up in the house.
What up, Heel Kevin? How you doing?
How's it going, brother?
Heel Kevin, gotta ask you a question. What are you doing Sunday? We're only having the 50th edition of Busting Out, and let's face it, it's a pretty big deal. It's 50 Shades of Busting.
Yeah, let's go. Hey, quick question. Why did the lady cross the road? She did not have her seatbelt on. I'll be here all night. Tip your waitress. Nice, Kev. Love it.
Yeah.
Everybody go check out Heel Kevin's streams. Does kick-ass work over there. From streaming his HWA on Heel Kevin's Twitch channel and YouTube as well too. Also the watch-alongs of various wrestling talk as well too. Kev's the man. Go check out his show. Fantastic.
Also a member of the Straight Shoot podcast and
yes, sir.
Whatnot with Mr. Tesh and Santi Zap, and one, I believe there's a girl there. Her name escapes me. Heel Kevin, if you can let us know. But yeah. Oh, Chris Best is Lawrence Taylor. Lawrence Taylor's and Bam Bam is still one of my Wheezy Blonde. There we go. See, I knew it was a name where if I heard it, it's obvious, but it's also not like the most. You don't say the word Wheezy very often. It sounds like a Jerry the King Lawler little person back in that great. Remember when him and Doink had that? Yeah, Kevin, you do what you got to do. I understand. Yeah, let us know. I think Heel Kevin on the 50th edition of Busting Out.
Heel Kevin could come on any episode of Busting Out, including the 50th edition. Yeah. Always a seat for Heel Kev at the table. Man, that whiskey's hit.
What kind of whiskey are you drinking?
Well, bourbon whiskey. So I got Wild Turkey up in the glass tonight.
There you go. Hey, Baron Corbin gave a shout out to Wild Turkey on the After the Bell podcast. Hey man, if a guy like him, another guy by the way, the 360, he's done on NXT. That guy is a very underappreciated talent, let me tell you.
Oh, motherfucker. This is not good. No, fuck. Jump and back to town. Ha, fuck you guys. I'm going home.
Screw you guys. I'm going home.
That's what I was going for. I went a little bit more on the sprinkle of the R-rated, like get us non-monetized on YouTube sort of level.
I think it's okay.
Well, we're not making that money yet, so I'm not too worried. When we are, I'll go all fucking PG-13 at that time. All right,
I'll
go back.
I'll get us some emails.
We're just gonna need like one of those censor buttons or something like that. We'll get one of those Stream Deck things and just have it for a censor button so we can bleep me every time I go to
we
drop
just need Vince
F-bomb.
McMahon to retire from YouTube, and we need Triple H to take over. That's all we need.
We got to usher in that new generation on YouTube.
Oh God. And nobody is more of a face in the new generation than Aldo Montoya. Thank you, Bobby. You did not expect that I could get that one.
That's a fantastic. Good shout out to Aldo Montoya.
Oh man, those come in very random. That's what you said, but at the same time, it worked. It's just not working.
Yeah. And I got a potion back. Nice. Kick you guys.
Okay, I'm gonna emphasize this. Chris Best is saying, I just imagine all of us recreating those WWF New Generation ads.
I don't. Oh fuck.
I'll say this because you're going, yeah. And I was like, yeah, it'll work. I'll be doing my thing. Then all of a sudden I'll just be like, yeah, say yeah, all day, all night. All my southern boys who are ready to fight, say yeah. So I start kind of singing the Revival's theme song, right? It's a great one. Go on Spotify, and then sometimes Baron Corbin's I Bring the Darkness pops on, and it's like, yeah, bang, right? And I'm going to go with after 2004. Actually, I'll go 2002. That's when the ruthless aggression era kind of started, right? Or even you can even go post Jim Johnson. But which themes are you just like, yeah, I still sing once in a while.
You're gonna have to give me 1 sec here. But definitely ask the chat. Chat, answer Parrish's question.
Oh yeah, no. When I say things, anybody's welcome to answer, or anybody's welcome to saying, "Shut the hell up." I'll take that in consideration. I will probably ignore it, but I'll definitely take it in consideration.
Oh, and you're dead.
No, I'm Parrish.
No, but that guy on the ground's dead. So yeah, Chris saying All American Boys and the Fabio Cerujos theme.
Chris, I'm saying after 2002.
After 2002,
we can go. Yeah. Like, come on, like everyone talks about like the Attitude Era and back then, right? But let's talk. Let's give some props to that ruthless aggression era, and then the reality era, and then now we'll just call it. I know. It'll be what would okay. That's also another good question. What would you call this current era in WWE?
Easy drops can always go to like Edge and Orton anytime, right? Like,
oh man, yeah. On this day, I see clearly now. Yeah, 100%.
But like, I don't think
like,
enough props go to John Cena for doing his own fucking theme at that point.
Yeah, but okay. But here's the thing: basic thugonomics, so underappreciated in my opinion.
That's what I'm saying. It's underappreciated that he did his own theme, unlike a lot of people at the time. It's easy to go get a banger done by a professional metal or rock band or anything like that exists already, but to actually do it yourself as a professional wrestler is quite unique, especially like because John Cena isn't just doing it because he's like awkwardly pretending to be something. Like he's dropping rhymes, so we get it. Like it's not a character to pretend like he's a singer. Yeah, I mean, he's not Jeff Jarrett pretending to be a singer. Let's say that.
That was so good though.
Spend my days working hard on the go, but the hands on the clock keep ticking too slow because I can't wait.
Keep spinning too slow,
my baby. Sorry. Because I can't wait to be alone with my baby.
I will sing that song like in like this too, like. But there's like only the part of it, like spend my days working hard on the goes. The hands on the clock keep spinning too slow. It's so weird because I can see the comments so much quicker on my computer than I do in the Slack chat, and that's like throwing me off right now. That's also like it. I understand like sometimes because like Chris Best is coming on, then Jericho's theme like crank the walls down. I know that there's been some good ones where they just mash up, and I'm not gonna disregard the good mashups, but I find more bad mashups than good mashups. So I wish they would stop with mashups and just try to be a little bit more creative. Unless it's really good. Like, have that as your default, but don't just say, oh yeah, that's good enough, let's go.
I'll take that. You'll take that.
See, now yeah, there we go. Chris Best is in Rated RKO's mashup flat out suck. Yeah, that's because I honestly find Matt Riddle's theme is freaking just boring. Like, that's a song that I should hear when I'm on wait with somebody at the bank. Or it's something that Snoop Dogg should rap to, which actually might be cool for a theme song if Snoop Dogg did a rap over Matt Riddle's current theme. I mean, people love the Sasha remix.
You know what would be an awesome idea is that now that they have essentially probably would have access to being able to use footage from UFC material on WWE is to start presenting Matt Riddle for the badass that he actually can be legitimately. Like, dude is legit a true fighter if he wants to, right? Like, when he was on The Ultimate Fighter, his first fight ever, he walked in, punched a dude in the fucking face, and sent him to the hospital. And then gloated like the biggest prick on the planet. And it was like, you instantly were like, man, that's somebody right there. And if they could like have him be able to show stuff like that and start to tell people like, you know, maybe I've been a little bit chill over the years, but you better watch out because I'll bring that back. If you bring that back out in me, you're not going to want to see what happens, kind of thing. And then just have them snap and go on and go after people like that. Just destroy them.
Two things. One, I think that's exactly what you should do with Riddle when you turn him heel, which I do think should be an option moving forward. But a tendon toe, kind of off, but kind of the same. Seth Rollins on Impulsive said that him and Riddle actually made up. He went and apologized to Rollins over some things they made up. I find it so weird that Matt Riddle and Seth Rollins can be friends, but somehow Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins are not friends. Doesn't that blow your mind when you think about it?
Are these legitimate non-friendships or like?
Yeah, both men have flat out gone outside interviews and say that, yeah, we're not friends. We just don't see being friends in our future. Like, you know, we don't hate each other. We respect one another. Cody Rhodes has flat out said, if I write a book, I'm writing a chapter based on Seth Rollins and how good he is. I have nothing bad to say. We're just not friends.
Yeah, but that's just not friends. I mean, they're fine working with each other. They're acquaintances, work acquaintances. They're not buddies. But, like, you know, he's not going to go have a beer.
But Seth Rollins said that like, Matt Riddle and him have made amends and they get along like well now. It's like he's like, I like that guy now. Like, it's so
Riddle got him stoned.
Well, I don't know. I just don't think Rollins is that guy. I really don't think Rollins is that guy. He's too busy to be that guy. I'm sorry, but the stoners in wrestling just don't do those schedules.
You don't know the real stoners then. They could. It's just
no. I'm just saying they could in wrestling that were really like. Not like I'm gonna do it once in a while kind of a thing. That doesn't count. The ones that actually, you know.
I mean, you can make an argument for Orton how many times he's been caught.
Yeah, but he also got caught smoking cigarettes too. Like, those are the ones that got more like in trouble.
I mean, a lot of the boys back in the day used to, and like now, especially in Canada, a lot of the crew do all the time, constantly, and. You know, I mean, you know just as well as me that a lot of people in this area do a lot of travel.
Yeah, but I go with the guys that are 24/7 aren't the ones like RVD wasn't that John Cena schedule guy. He didn't do that schedule. He did a good schedule, but he didn't do that schedule. Like, he even had he is probably the face of guys that you put in that category that did the best in wrestling, right?
Yeah, but I mean,
Like he
there's a
has
lot
to
of guys.
be.
There's a lot of people aren't ever
But
going to have John Cena's schedule. Let's not kid ourselves, right? Like
no, but there
that guy's a rare commodity on the planet. Period.
no, but like there are guys like okay, like Bret Hart, 400 days of the year, didn't smoke weed, was like that wasn't his like thing, um, like to do all the time, right? Like I'm saying, like if you make that choice to do it more than once in a while, there's a good chance you're not gonna be that guy in wrestling where you're working 200 to 300 days all the time, multi like like all that, like maybe 200, but not like 250 to 300.
I wish I could have gone back and proven that theory wrong, because I consider myself to be a very high functioning stoner.
I'm not discrediting people and what they can do while in that. They're like I give all the credit where the credit's due with some of the people that have come up with ideas. However, in wrestling, I'm just saying in wrestling, there's a lot of people who go to that different level, and a lot of them just aren't stoners or more than once in a while cannabis takers.
Yeah, and I mean it's a fair thing to say. I mean, don't get me wrong. Even when I do any form of athletics, I'm not stoned when I'm doing athletics, like at all. Like if when I went and took some basics, like just doing like a day camp kind of thing and taking some bumps and a few basic things I've been taught over time. I'm never stoned during those times. I save it for afterwards, but it's not because I'm not a high functioning person during those times. It's just that I don't believe in, if I'm focusing on doing something that, I could put somebody else at risk, or I'm dealing with somebody else in that sense. Like, that's where I draw the line. I'm not going to jeopardize somebody else because I'm comfortable with it.
No, and that's 100% like respectable. What I'm just saying is like I'm just thinking there is a different level, and I even put this with alcohol consumption. I also put this with many things that as adults we tend to get addicted by. Which ironic, or the coffee addiction short came out today. But when you're at that level in wrestling, I don't think a lot of people are going to be considered, yes, I'm a heavy drinker, I'm a heavy cannabis user, I'm a heavy whatever. Like they just are they're on a different scale than, or as Kevin Patrick's saying, weighted machine than a lot of people.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Kevin
takes a lot of commitment, and you don't necessarily have the time either. That's what it becomes.
Well, that's just it. Like the time you have to yourself becomes minimal. But like again, like I would say in the last maybe 10 years, the people in wrestling that have as performers the busiest schedules. Okay, John Cena. Okay, not a heavy alcohol consumptor, although there were stories that when he did go out and party, he can hold it, like he puts it down.
He's a champ.
But at the same time, I heard those before he became the John Cena we knew now. So take that for what you would. I would put the Miz in that category. I think the Miz does not get. I think he gets the identification, but I don't think he gets enough respect for the schedule that he puts in.
And Chris,
that guy, that guy does a lot. But yeah.
Chris
Sorry, go
mentioning
ahead.
that he can high function. He's high functioning for a pothead. It just depends on how he's it. I find a lot of people are. I think it's always just been a misconception, Chris. Like over the years, like especially from like what television and movies portrayed stoners to be, and the fact that here's the thing: it's like for the longest time, like it was illegal, right? So it's looked down upon by regular society, and in looking down on it, what you forced a lot of people to do was to do it in private. And that's what the whole the conceived idea that stoners sitting on a couch in a basement watching TV. And don't get me wrong, I've had some great fucking nights stoned sitting on a couch in a basement watching TV, but it doesn't mean that that is the full fleshed out idea of a stoner. Most of the things that have ever been done in movies and television are a parody of what people conceive stoners to be. And even Tommy Chong himself said it, that is how they portrayed Cheech and Chong intentionally, because that was the preconceived notion of what a stoner actually is. So, you know, I agree with you 100% that like you can be high functioning. There are some people that abuse it in a way that it makes them tired, it makes them sleepy, and then if they overdo it, they are those people that they won't get up from the couch, they won't get out and do anything, they don't really go out, and then really they give it a bad name in doing so. But I find now that we've legalized it here in Canada, the nice thing is that I don't have to feel guilty about going outside and having a smoke in my backyard or anything like that. Like I can do that willingly without any issue. So you don't hide it necessarily. You can go out in the open, you can be public about it and everything, and it's kind of brought people out and allowed, you know, stoners like ourselves to be kind of high functioning and part of regular high functioning society. Chris says, if I smoke an indica, I'm going to be their chill guy playing Call of Duty. But if I smoke a sativa, I'll be up and clean my house. I can be either or with those. Like, I get it. Indica is known for giving you those heavier feelings, the more like people like to say the body stone to kind of like help with pains and stuff like that. It helps with sleep, kind of anxiety, stuff like that, depending on the particular strain. I love my indica. Don't get me wrong. I do like sativa as well too. Sativa is kind of the euphoric feeling. So if you're feeling down, you want a bit of an uplifting feeling, that's what the sativa is for. But I find with both, I have a bit of a balance. Like I'm not much of a sleeper anyway. So I can usually take an indica and still be high functioning at the same time. Unless just one of those like kick you in the ass indicas, because every once in a while there's one and you're like, man, any plans I did have, gone. But anyway, speaking of those plans, I'll be right back, guys.
And also, I just want to let everybody know that apparently as of today, it's been put out that Vince McMahon has had major spinal surgery. So if that is the case, given the guy's age, I mean, he's also a freak at his age, but good chance he won't be at SummerSlam. Good chance he won't be at the Raw and SmackDowns coming up for a bit. So let's hope that maybe. Actually, let's not hope. I'm not even like throw his name in a bad way. But you know, for the people that don't like his creative input, then you should be a little bit more excited for the upcoming WWE shows. Because there's a good chance Vince McMahon will not be a part of them for a little bit moving forward. If he is, dear Lord, the guy is a machine. Because who in the right mind can have major spinal surgery nearing the age of 80 and still have time to go and put in the work that he would do? That's inspirational impressive, if you ask me. Whether it's good work or not, that's a different story. And I think Bobby is okay now in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Woo! There we go. Now we're good.
Yep.
I totally just had to refill my drink. That's all.
No. See, this is why I made sure that I had
looks like we might have some new people. Might have some new people up in here. Make sure if you're joining in to get in on the chat. You guys, this is a nice open chat. We're live, interactive, having fun. So make sure that chat is nice, live, and active. I do see some new numbers coming in. So if you're new to the channels, though, make sure to give a follow, a thumbs up. Subs are nice. Anything you do to help. And yeah, keep the chat lively. My name is Bobby Munson. I'm gaming here tonight along with my Brunchbuster brother, Chris Parrish there. We work here at OLE. We do our show on Sundays. It's called Busting Out, amongst other various shows that we do throughout the week. And Parrish, I'm going to throw that back to
you. Chris Best is saying refill with some of that rogue energy.
Well, I mean, I went rogue. I don't know if I hit up the rogue energy, though. But rogue energy .com? Yeah, rogueenergy.com. Or you can use that promo code OLEPOD.
Before we stop, let's just throw out the ticker.
How about that? rogueenergy.com, where you can use that promo code OLEPOD for 10% off of your order. There we go. Keep the sneezes off the screen. Hey, what's that dude doing? There's got to be
probably
some goblins.
So that's why he's off the screen.
Yeah, he's like, I heard you, dude. I'm out of here. I'm out of here. Oh man, I'm so worried. I'm so close to level 33, and I'm gonna celebrate like a motherfucker if I hit it. It's the furthest 33. This is the furthest I've gotten this game with a single character so far. Like 23 was my record before, and the fact that I'm about to go like 10 levels above that is awesome.
Man,
well, I'm praying anyway.
About 3 weeks ago, I downloaded that Monopoly Go game on my phone.
Yeah.
My wife's still playing that. I'm like, yeah, like it's been 3 weeks. Like I'm not like, okay, like I literally have 2 games on my phone. I have like Scrabble and I have Monopoly Go.
Nice.
Like I'm not a game guy on my phone at all. Today I just like flat out like I don't pay for anything. Anything's like just like it's natural, it's organic, whatever. But somehow like, I just nailed it with. I collected enough things, had over like 1,000 dice spins. So like I just maxed up to 50. Oh my god. Everything you get is times 50. It is fantastic. Yeah, nice. you flat out go through your spins, but dear Lord, I had like at one point like $172 million, and I was like, and the whole point is that you would just like buy architectural stuff and then upgrade them, and then once you collect 30, you move on to the next level. I didn't even have to freaking like go on some of these. I just go to the next board, boom, buy all my things. There I go. I don't even play. It was awesome. That's how you do it. There's like I think 5 architectural landmarks you got to get, and you got to upgrade them I think 6 times each. So for 30. So and then you just move on to a new board. I mean, it's fun. I mean, Monopoly is fun, but we all know like the critiques of Monopoly is that it takes too long sometimes to finish a game. This isn't like normal Monopoly. Sorry. It's pretty quick. And there's a lot of side things that keep you kind of active on it. Anytime you hit a railroad and you have like friends on it, you can attack their landmarks and just like take a wrecking ball and smack them. It's great. But like one thing you can do is also have a block, like a shield. So it's a fun game. I think it's great. I bankrupt like 7 people today, and I don't know why, but I don't feel bad at all.
Now, one game I always liked playing, but it's always one of those ones where it's like you had to find the right night and the right people to play it with because it's a really long game, is Risk.
Oh my god. I almost like don't like that game just because of exactly what you're saying. Like
because yeah, it's fun, but it becomes a sorry.
Like, one of my favorite lines of a TV show is Seinfeld when they're playing Risk in the train station. And he's like, they have a chance to get Ukraine. He's like, no, Ukraine is weak. And then they're sitting beside the guys from Ukraine. He's like, Ukraine is not weak. And he just puts his hands through it. Oh, my God. It was such a funny thing.
Yeah. I do remember that, too. But, like, I mean, we used to play, like, the variations of it, too. Like, there was the one with, like, you go to, it's, like, the world, like, years from now, and you can go up to space and stuff like that. And it was always kind of interesting.
Would a new, like, updated version of Risk nowadays be different, eh?
It'd be fun to play online in a video game format like this.
Chris Best is always down for Risk, just so you know.
I'm always down for Risk. Yeah, man. Like, I loved playing it. It was always hard, like, especially, like, you know, it's easy for us to say, like, okay, we all played it, but we're all across the country from each other, and living in Saskatchewan, there wasn't a whole lot of me's hanging around that were ready to break out some Risk on the weekend. You know what I am looking forward to playing, though? Holy shit. Game Pass on Xbox has day one release of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre game coming out. So stoked for that. I am going to play the hell out of that. It is going to be so much fun. I'd imagine OMD and Bubba Duke will be hitting that one up on stream as well, too, at some point.
See, I'm boring. I just like my sport games or like the odd Grand Theft Auto. Like, I'm always a fan of Grand Theft Auto just because of the fact I can just play that game without doing any tasks and still just make it interesting.
They just re-released it, too, on Game Pass. Grand Theft Auto 5.
Yeah. But how fun is it just to get to the full stars and try to see if you can clear them out?
Look, man, Joe's joining us up in the house. He's going to be getting for PS5. I'm imagining you mean the Texas Chainsaw Massacre game there, Joe. Is it, Joe, if you know, let me know. Is it cross-platform? I'm kind of curious about that. Like, I'm going to be playing it on Xbox. It'd be cool if we could ever get a game going. Because, again, it's survivors versus the killers. And there's, like, I think 4 survivors and 3 killers or something like that you can play. So we can get, like, some team games going. It'd be a lot of fun.
There we go.
Oh, there it is. Fuck yeah, level 33. I told you I was going to get it.
There you go.
All right.
Joe coming in saying, yeah, I'm always a fan of the movies. Not sure if it's cross-platform.
I wish everything was cross-platform, man.
I think we're entering an era where almost every game is going to be cross-platform. It almost has to be nowadays, I think. So, okay, well,
would be good.
Say the name of the game again.
It's Texas Chainsaw Massacre. And yeah, I'm a fan of the movies as well, too, Joe. Like, really loved them. I even liked that one they put on Netflix last year. That was great. It was just good old, dirty, violent horror movie.
So the Texas Chainsaw Massacre does have cross-platform play across PC, PlayStation 5, PS5, and Xbox Series.
Beauty. Community's coming together. I love it.
Well, and I think I just like to think that like that's where most people understand that it's all about the community building, and once your community is built, it's good to now merge them with others. Like it's important. systems need to have exclusives, so you have a reason to choose a system over another. Yeah, but I think now too, it's gonna be preference. Everybody's always gonna have preference, right? Like it's either, oh, do you have an iPhone or do you have an Android, whatever. I think you're just gonna sell the product and what it is, and that's what's gonna be it. Whether or not you have the same accessibility as everyone, I think that's a completely different thing. And the one thing you don't want to do is be the limitation in that to grow that product, right? Like if you're at PS5 and you can't play with Xbox games, why not? Like those people are going to just lose and go to Xbox, but maybe those people can't afford an Xbox and vice versa, right? Like I think there's more money to be made cross-platform in the long picture.
I just like when I say I like that it's cross-platform, it's like if you're gonna have it on all systems, like I like that the game's cross-platform. I appreciate that there's games that are exclusives. Like for example, I think it's great that there's all sorts of people across the world crying that Starfield is an Xbox exclusive. Well, you don't like it, buy a fucking Xbox, man. Like I really wish I could play the new Final Fantasy game, but I'm an Xbox guy and I'm not shelling out the money to buy a fucking PlayStation, but I'm not gonna cry about it.
But I mean, I think there are going to be those games where you do have. It's going to be, hey, we're exclusive to this console, and that's cool. And if you raise enough stake, because MLB The Show was just PlayStation exclusive, but there was a lot of people wanting a change, and over time, if the company thinks, hey, we can make money, we can make sales, make it a cross-platform, we will do that. And that's exactly what it did on that specific game. Now, as far as other games go, same thing, maybe not, but I think you're going to find more of the popular games, the games that gauge a bigger audience, a bigger interest, will be cross-platform to appease more people to buying that game, because the people that make that game might say, we're making it cross-platform because it makes more people want to buy our game. So it could be part of the contract. Chris Bassan, I love cross-platform is a thing. To me, it unites to all of us gamers. Yeah, and then Joe coming in. Otherwise, they might as well just agree on one system that everyone uses, but I don't see the game industry agreeing on one thing. No, and that's why I kind of use the phone thing as a comparison, because why not just have one phone for everyone? Like you would have one game console or one type of television. Like, or even like one type of food product. Like, instead of like 5 companies doing carrots, why not just have one doing a carrot?
You know that would never.
Does this make sense, Bobby? does what I'm saying make sense though?
Well, I caught about half of it because I had a bunch of fucking monsters yelling in my ear.
That's selfish.
So I apologize.
No. I mean, that's just the world we live in, right? Like monopolies can never happen. You can download it on your phone, and play the board game, but apparently it's not a real thing.
So apparently Xbox is cracking down on people who use emulators. I read an article that they are actually giving 15-day bans as a first warning to people who try to emulate older system games on their Xbox systems.
So give us an example of what this means.
Ah, fuck. Okay, why are you not moving?
Joe coming in. Sounds like a topic we could do a full-fledged episode on.
You should see
Maybe.
the episodes Parrish and I have turned out of nothing.
Oh, man. Nothing is the best topic in the world.
It's turned
And
out
it's not
some of
so
our
much
best
we
episodes to bust it out.
It's not so much we don't have nothing. It's just we feel there's nothing that we think people want to hear about, but then we undervalue what people do find entertaining. So, I mean, that's why we can always learn as people and as hosts of a podcast.
Fuck. Yeah. Oh, I got a good weapon out of that.
What did you get?
We're going to go up here and have a look because I really don't feel like getting my ass kicked. Actually, you know what? I'll just go back to town. Because I need to heal anyway. So, going back to town. Going back to town. All right, now we'll take a look. So, double socketed destruction ruin. 520 damage per second. 7% critical strike damage, 19% damage to stunned enemies, 12% critical strike damage, 19% basic skill damage, and then I can socket that motherfucker twice. So we are going to add, I'm pretty sure we're going to add a diamond, but maybe a chipped emerald. Oh, that helps with poison. That's good. Plus critical strike. Yeah, get that in there. All right, now we're going over to the diamond. Add that. Now that thing is more badass than it ever was before. Yeah. There we go.
Okay, did you know that the world's largest pennant, it has 426 pounds of rutilated quartz?
What the fuck are you talking about?
The world's largest pennant.
Uh-huh. It has what?
426 pounds of rutilated quartz. So that's...
I'm assuming.
Yeah.
That sounds like a lot. Look who's up in the house. It's Josh. JJ's here.
What up, JJ?
Not to throw you off your quartz topic here, Parrish, but
I'm not. I'm just.
We got
to
greet the guests. We got to greet the guests, and especially royal guests like JJ here, Josh Joseph, the voice Josh Joseph, with one of the best podcasts in town. How many sheets of the window? 1, 2, 3. Quite very, my friend. But I'm fucking doing good on this game. Level 33 we just obtained tonight, so. I like these after dark gaming sessions where we like only the coolest of late night people are up and hanging out with us. You gotta be a strange person like me to be up hanging out like this. Smiley Bobby is my favorite boy. Smiley Bobby's in a good mood tonight.
My box of beer exploded, which is funny. Not the beer itself, but the box, which I know is funny. Bassler saying my ears are burning.
Why the fuck are your ears burning, bro?
And also, hi, Basser.
Yeah. Oh, Basser was in here earlier, man. He was cleaning the pool.
What the hell did he put?
He was in the pool.
Oh, come on. He needs a better excuse than that. I've seen him.
Oh shit!
Wow. Man, where did everything go?
Level out. Only special weirdos on this late. My ears are. All right, yeah, you know you're one of my favorite special weirdos, bastard. You know that we're bros. Bros from a few blocks away. Work bros. Real life bros. I'm gonna fucking die. Shit. Wow.
You can clip that, people. Clip that one.
That was so fucking close.
Actually, Q-tips, Chris Bass, are terrible for your ears.
Yes,
they really are. All they do is just push everything in and closer to your drum. They actually don't really take. They don't take as much out as they should.
We said this on busting out once. There's like a special type of Q-tip you can get that kind of like more like a brush system to it, and you put it in and you twist and you pull that shit out properly. What I've got though, like, so we got this kick-ass like wax that we bought from Amazon, and so this stuff you put it in the microwave for a little bit, and you stick this little dabber tool inside of it, and you give her a little twist, and it creates this like bundle of wax around a stick. And you use it for your nostrils and your ears. And so it helps with earwax, hairs, everything like that, nose hairs. This shit hurts, but it's fucking great. You pull that shit out and you're good for weeks.
You know what's really good for your nostril hairs? Just a really good nostril shaver.
Yeah, but mine grow back like twice as big like 10 seconds later. It's fucking ridiculous. I didn't have nostril hair for the longest time. Now I cut them, and it seems like as soon as I go back to a mirror a little while later in the day, it's like it's twice as goddamn long as it was before.
Well, Bobby, not everybody has a chia pet growing up their nostrils. Like,
well, down. I sure as hell do.
Chia.
Ever since I shaved the beard off, it seemed to happen.
Maybe grow a beard out again. Joshua Joseph coming in saying, "Hey, all with knowledge, I'm heading to the store tomorrow to get a laptop for streaming. What is a suggestion? I have 600 cap." Honestly, here's my thing: just go to a place that has a deal, or even look at Amazon for deals. Look for your deals, man. Like you can nowadays. It's so hard because everybody has different preferences. This goes back to the freaking conversation we were having with consoles. But I mean, I'm sure the laptop I have is different from the laptop that Bobby has, but they work both work well for us. But just do your research and don't just buy. Don't do impulse buys. That's my advice. I have an HP. Bobby, what do you have for a laptop?
I have a big fight on my hands right now. That's what I got. Oh, fucker. They're leading me to more guys.
For you.
This is bad news. Fuck. No.
Fred, I have some bad news.
Oh, and I escape it one more time. Yeah. Woo. Okay, back to the question.
What laptop do you have?
What was the question we were on here?
What kind of laptop do you have?
What kind of laptop do I have? Who did you ask that question? Who asked that question?
Yeah, because Joshua Joseph is saying, "Hey, all with knowledge, I'm heading to the store tomorrow to get a laptop for streaming. What is the suggestions I have? $600 cap."
Okay, so so I'm assuming 600 because you're talking US. That's going to land around probably what I paid, I think, for mine. I am kind of like a Acer fan. I really enjoy Acers for the simplicity, the fact that they seem to work. Like it's not like you're overpaying for something like a Dell computer or anything like that. That really essentially is Acer's like the lesser version of Dell, but I find it works just as good, if not better at times. They don't load it with a bunch of unnecessary crap on top of it. So I find the Acers are right in that perfect price bracket. I was able to get like one and like 16 gigs of RAM. It's got a terabyte drive, I believe, on it for internal storage. It's, HDMI, USB connections, all that kind of stuff. Plus it's touchscreen. So, and it works beautiful, Josh. I do have a secondary one. It's just an older Acer. It's similar, only the 8 gigs of RAM and everything. But I found I wanted that stronger processor because I'm running so many damn things all at the same time that I wanted something fast. I have been reading into Acer and Levino. Sorry, Levino. Both are on that same bracket, I would say. Both 100%. I go the Acer route, but the other route is probably right on par in my personal opinion. Do you shop at Costco, Josh? Because that's where I went to, and like I find sometimes they have really good deals, really good warranty options. Like, not a lot of people think of going to Costco for their electronics. I hate the shit out of Costco because of how busy it is, but for the electronic deals,
they always have good prices, though.
On the electronics, for sure, they do.
But like another thing, like Amazon does always have shit going on. You just have to look, and then that's part of it. Like you just have to do the research. That's why impulse store buys they're just bad, man. Like do your research before you do that kind of stuff, and honestly, you find the best deal for yourself. Like, just don't go to one place and be like, what do you have? Okay, cool, I'll buy it. Don't do that. Don't do that. It's bad. Go to that place. Compare it to another place. Do that research. It's just like information, right? The more research you do, the better informed you will be. Same thing with products. And then, again, like when it comes to stuff that you like to use, personal experience always goes a long way too. Because you might have the best computer, but if you don't know how to use it, it's not going to seem like the best computer.
I just always find I have better luck going with like Acers and Lenovo. I have used Lenovo as well too. I found that when I had a Dell, and I did have a Dell once upon a time, I got a sour taste in my mouth because the fan on it went fairly fast, just past the warranty period, and I was a little disappointed. So I think just because of that personal experience, I wasn't a fan of Dell, and I felt like I overpaid compared to what I would for an Acer. And I think that's why I ultimately went with Acer and have stuck with them ever since.
So would you find that if you kept rolling with a Dell and you didn't have success, you'd be rolling in the deep financially?
Oh, Parrish.
Come on.
Hey, I'm calling. I'm calling. Can you pick up the phone? Because it's hello from the other side.
I don't know that many Adele songs to continue this.
That's where it ends for me too. I'm like, well, at least he saved me the other one.
I didn't even know where I was going. I didn't even know, like, I couldn't even tell you another one other than Rolling in the Deep. And I only know that song because Chester Bennington did a wicked acoustic cover of it. Chris Best is coming on. I'm on an Acer. It's nearly 10 years old and minus all the trouble. I had it when I first joined OLE. this comp has been running pretty good.
I mean, they
Joshua
will go
Joseph
on you,
is
but
saying,
I always
"Hey,
find for the price. Like, yeah.
hey, Dodge, shut up and price close to a penny, fellas. I'll be in the moon soon." I don't know when you'll be in the moon, but please just actually, I'm not even gonna go there. Never mind. But yeah. See, I have restriction. I have that in me, Bobby. But damn it, it was funny. But it's just inappropriate.
Leo from Frog Leap Studios does a yeah. I love his cover of Hello. Like his videos are great too. Like the fact that he puts all that work into his music videos is just awesome. Parrish, are you familiar with Leo from Frog Leap Studios?
No, I'm not.
So I believe he's from, if I'm not mistaken, he's from Norway, and he basically recreates all these like older pop songs and songs you wouldn't expect to see recreated into kind of like a hard rock metal version. And then he goes and does a
I was
full on music video to accommodate them, and they're fucking fantastic.
because I was see. I waited till you finished. Going back to our conversation earlier about before we instantly react to something, wait till it's finished and then go. If you said it was only pop, I was going to be like, yeah, it's probably wise. Pop on my thing. But if he does more stuff in in the metal like rock genre, I might be swayed to take a gander or two.
He's quite entertaining, man. Even if just for the video, like even if people don't appreciate the way he translates some of the songs, like the work he puts into the videos and layering all the like, because he does all the music himself. He records himself doing all the instruments and all that kind of stuff. Like he's a very, very talented man. Very talented.
I'm coming to the conclusion that most people in music tend to be more multi-talented than they used to be. And I wonder if the pandemic just really did that for people.
It could have been. Gave him an outlet to try something different. Gave him the time to try something different. I think Leo predated that, though. Leo's been doing it for a long time.
Yeah, and that's just the thing. Like, I like to go back and watch Linkin Park's like how they made their album thing, and then like you find out like man, like their library is pretty large. So it doesn't shock me now that they're coming out with new music. Because if you went back and you kind of like looked at it, and you're like, oh, okay, they probably still have more songs that we have not heard.
They've also considered the idea that they could again decide to tour, but they wouldn't do. They refuse to do it with like some AI version or hologram of Chester, so it would have to be with a replacement singer. As Chris saying that Leo puts an acoustic twist on metal songs as well too, and yes, he does. Yeah, like he's always got cool shit coming out all the time. Like even like like holiday themed ones, or when I think it was when Ghostbusters Afterlife was coming out, or maybe around Halloween sometime, he redid the Ghostbusters theme song and stuff like that. Like he's a fun dude. Oh shit! I knew that was coming. Let's hold on, Josh. I'm gonna get to that question in just a moment there. And I know it's a movie related question, so I'm very curious to take that one on.
But there is also somebody to that Chester replacement thing that I do have a thing on. Just give me a second, though.
Okay, just Josh asking what movie in theaters right now that Chester was involved with getting funded that's currently in theaters right now. Damn, dude, that's a deep cut. I don't know. I don't know at all. And fuck. If I'm gonna venture a guess. Oh shit! Like you would almost want to guess the Barbie route just because of the fact that it's like it's been such a long time in the making to try to get that one to go. But I'm thinking it's probably something that's obscure like that one. I don't know a lot about it, but I know it's making a lot of money. The Sound of Freedom. So I'll guess that, but I want you to let me know. Boom! Whoa! Look at that! Sound of Freedom. Yeah. What a guess. Fuck, I'm good sometimes.
It might actually just be his name, Chester Bennington, because I was reading a thing that Tom Holland could be the guy playing him in the movie. Apparently, there is a biopic out. I don't know if that's what you're referring to.
Josh I don't really know anything about Sound of
JJ
Freedom.
Is saying sounds. Yeah.
Yeah. I just heard that it's making like way more than they expected it to for like a more of an independent flick. Woo! Made it.
But if you guys want to hear a great tribute band for Linkin Park, they do have a tribute band out of, I don't know if it's Australia. I actually think Australia is incorrect, but they're called the Hybrid Theory. That singer, go check him out. I will get his name shortly, but oh my lord, that is probably the closest you'll get to Chester Bennington.
You recommended them to me, and I remember checking that out, and it's mind blowing.
Like, not only does he look like him, he sings a lot like him. You can tell there's differences, but my lord, like it's just incredible.
If it ain't Minor Threat, it ain't music. So what are some of everybody's favorite all-time artists musically? Like, chat, let me know. Like, give me your top 2 or 3. Like, who are your definite go-tos? I mean, for me, it's hard. It's music. I love a lot of shit. So, but I mean, there's some that are easier to go to than others. Or better yet, what are your best couple of concerts you've ever witnessed?
Oh, one of my best is I saw Godsmack open up for Metallica, and dear God, start to finish. Like Godsmack puts out one of the best shows I've ever seen. Had the first drum battle that they had where they bring out the dual drums because both their drummer and their singer know how to play drums, so they just have a drum battle. But their lead singer Sully Erna just brings out the Congo drums as well, and just it's amazing.
Love that.
And then just when you think, oh my god, like that's a main event right there, then Metallica comes out and just they're Metallica, and it was just phenomenal. And then like, man, go watch Tool live. You might not like their music, but my god, you're impressed with just what they do. Oh my god, those guys just do it. I got a chance to say got to see Foo Fighters. They put on a very consistent, they're a great show.
I've seen them three times. Three times. They used to do these outdoor festivals that would kind of like Edge Fest, Somersault, and stuff like that, and those would roll through town. And I know the Foo Fighters played back-to-back shows. They did Edge Fest the one year and Somersault the next, so I got to see them twice there. And then I saw them when they were coming around with Echo Silence, Patience Grace at the time. Josh saying top concerts, Pantera terrified me, Black Keys moved me, and Black Crowes got me higher than ever backstage. Tool stole my soul and made me question life. Nice, brother. I've seen, I think, 4 times I went to the 9 Inch Nails live in concert. It's a trippy experience. The 4th time, though, I was like, I've seen this 3 times, so I just got smashed. But we drove a limo to the concert. That was fun. So Buddy knew a limo driver that was willing to, if we all pitched in money to give him $100, he would drive us to the concert in a limousine. And he didn't care if we drank and smoked inside his limo. So yeah, we're just doing this in the back of the limo on the way to the 9 Inch Nails concert, roll in front of the show, and everybody starts circling the limo, right? Because they think somebody famous is about to get out. And then here comes Bobby opening up the door with a Cheech and Chong like cloud coming behind him, like, yeah, rock on. How disappointed are you, dumb fucks now?
Yeah, Chris also, just so people know awesome. That.
Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, Chris saying that Tea Party was awesome. I agree. I've seen them. Finger 11 Rock, seen them a lot of times. Yes, Sum 41 was all around fun. I only saw them once on Edge Fest, right when they started. 2 times saw Travel Charger. I know they were on Edge Fest as well too. Worst concert ever was live, says Josh Joseph. Did not ever see live, so I can't really say yay or nay to that.
I was just gonna say the name of the singer from Hybrid Theory that I think a lot of people would be very impressed by. His name is Ivo Rosario. So Ivo Rosaro. Rosario. I probably spelled the last name wrong. But also, I'll be right back. I think I have food here. I don't know.
Uh-oh. That's not good. Oh, we're back. We're back. I'm glad I did not die from that freezing up. And I believe we might have lost Parrish. I don't know. Maybe you've lost me. Anybody in the chat, let me know if you can still, if I'm still active here. You can still see me. But I completely froze up there momentarily, and I was not in a good position to have that Chris saying live a little trivia. Carl OMD and I are live in the same town as Treble Charger. Treble Charger from Sault Ste. Marie. I knew they were from Canada. I just didn't know where. Still got me. Okay, perfect. Okay, sounds good. Yeah, that was scary there. I thought I was done. Like all of a sudden I got that screen there that said I was kind of frozen or paused or something like that. And I was like, oh shit, I'm gonna die. Welcome back, Parrish.
Well, thank you. Sorry. Thank you. Sorry, had to. Or I still had to. Well, Chris Best is saying, I still got you. Don't know why I'm going.
Yeah, because I froze up and I wasn't sure if I was still in the stream or not.
Fair enough. Chris Best is also saying that they were students at the high school my grandparents worked at.
Nice.
Don't know the context, but I'm sure you did.
All right, that was fun.
Chris Best, have to ask.
Are always exciting. Oh,
have to ask. So, Josh is letting us know about our mods. Let me check into this. I think, Josh, just so you know, I think our mods are programmed to look for specific words or phrases, like kind of like the normal. So that could just be it. But yeah, no, thanks for letting us know, and we'll correct that as soon as we can.
Yeah, I've noticed that a couple times as well too, Josh. I don't know. I haven't really figured out how to play around with it enough to kind of tell them to stop being fucking stupid. Yeah, I got to learn it more for sure, because like even on YouTube, there's been a couple times it's just like shit that really should not be getting blocked. And here's the problem: like I can't see that in StreamYard, so like I literally have to go over to one of the Twitch streams in order to be able to do it. So it's kind of fucked up. All right. All right, what do we got? Nothing to sell. Don't worry about it.
Okay, fine. I won't.
It's a very nice story, but I have no idea what to take out to say the story. Oh. That's on Twitch, man. We should be able to unlock what Josh is doing on Twitch there, hey?
I'm working on it, so
okay.
Just also checking into a few things as well. Also, okay. Just so you know, there are rumors that WWE are pitching for an LA Knight Grayson Waller thing to happen, as companies are high on both guys and feel Grayson Waller could get a rub from LA Knight. See, as of right now, I am not seeing anything that are being restricted. But I do know that when I go into the dashboard on Twitch, it does take a little while for things to appear.
Yeah, because usually it gives us the option to like release it like as moderators, but
Yeah, let me So Josh, feel free to message me if what you saw.
yeah, we'll have to get that fixed, like at least update it a little bit. I know some people like. I think what like especially like I think I tightened up the restrictions at one point because we were getting a lot of those like we were getting a lot of those like mod accounts or bot accounts or whatever the fuck coming in and just like dropping links in there. So I was like, well, we should probably tighten it up because it was getting kind of annoying. So
Twitch doesn't hate you. I think Twitch just has issues.
Bots are just they just don't get it sometimes. That's the problem.
Totally forgot there's a local show in town.
Oh, hold on.
Yeah, I don't know. I'll wait till you're.
You forgot what? Sorry.
I forgot a local show was in town.
Oh yeah.
I was gonna go see some old friends. Totally forgot about that. So whoops. But I'll talk tomorrow about that with you after we go off the air.
I know what show you're talking about. I forgot that was on too, though. I just really felt like gaming anyway, so it wouldn't have made a difference.
Let's just say that I'm not regretting my choice for staying at home.
Mm-hmm. Oh, made it to a new town or a different town anyway. I've been here before, I'm pretty sure. But item received, the silver chalice. What the fuck does that do? I have no idea. Working on that. I got to that. There's the healer.
Also, so apparently Kevin Owens is dealing with a serious, not a serious, but an injury right now, and
Yeah.
it's quite possible that both him and Sami Zayn might miss SummerSlam.
Yeah, it's unfortunate for sure. Definitely unfortunate. I mean, you don't wish that upon anybody, especially when it comes to injuries.
Joshua Joseph just says, I got fucking traded to the Orioles. God damn it. What is your context right now? Because that, in all,
probably playing MLB.
It came out of left field. Maybe. Huh? I don't know. But with no content, I'm curious.
The fucking show, MLB, is saying, hey, Basser, are you still up in the house here tonight, and are you streaming tonight, brother? Let us know.
Who is your team, JJ? I can tell you Basser is not online right now.
He might not be. He might have gone. But Basser, if you are still in there, dude, let us know if you're planning to do a stream in a little bit. Otherwise, we got to start looking at a raid because I'm gonna try to wrap it up here.
Joshua Joseph is saying Cleveland Indians all day, every day, now known as Cleveland Guardians. I would suggest potentially one of two, either. Actually, we have three. I would even say the Dad Trainer, Featured Fisher, or DBS Pod.
Okay, say those again. Sorry.
We got the Dad Trainer, somebody we know. We've rated before. Yep. Featured Fisher, rated before. Great guy. And the DBS Pod, also a great guy, a local guy. I know.
Let's give her to DBS Pod, then.
Okay.
I think we should give it to DBS Pod. Yeah, like you said, local guy in your area, good dude, doing great things. So I like to do that kind of support as well too. So let's make that shit happen.
I will do. Just give me a second. I just want to also make sure that they're still on.
Yeah, that's usually a good thing to check. So,
which they are. So,
yeah, we got the 50th episode of Busted Out coming out this Sunday for you guys. So if you're so inclined, join myself and Chris Parrish at 12:15 Eastern time on Sunday as we celebrate 50 episodes of Busting Out. It's going to be a great time. But yeah, it's still on. Did you find her?
Yeah. The raid's going.
Raid's going. So if you're on the YouTube side, there's my ticker down below. That's where you can follow me. Of course, like I said, Sunday with Chris Parrish, and Thursday nights with Pop Smokes. We got to do PPW match over at Prairie Pro Wrestling's YouTube channel coming out tomorrow. Chris Parrish, let them know where they can find you.
My house.
Good place.
Right now, that's where I am. But on socials, you can find me on the Twitter at Chris Parrish. You can find me on the YouTube at Chris Parrish. On the Kick, because why not at kick.com/Chris Parrish. You can find me on the Instagram, Chris.Parrish. I am on Threads at Chris.Parrish. Twitch.Chris Parrish. Again, I will not be doing a live watch along for SummerSlam. So yeah, but you can find me this Sunday, busting out 50 with Bobby Munson. 50 Shades of Busting, as we're calling it. And then every Monday for the Monday Night Raw watch along.
Sweet. Good times. Well, thank you to everybody for hanging out here tonight. We're going to call it a night right there. I need to get some beauty sleep. So enjoy the rest of your evening. Enjoy your weekend, and we will see you Sunday, 12:15 Eastern time. Take care, everybody.